sad song. So let me take you back a little. Short story long, I was born in...
Bonjour and welcome to Kmaro TV. My name is Malik Shahid, and today you will meet the artist, the entrepreneur, and the man they call Kmaro. How you doing, big man?
What's up, man? You good?
You all right?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good, good. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
You know, it's interesting because, you know, people always see you on TV and they see one side of an artist, but, you know, I know life wasn't easy for you. Tell us about your upbringing.
Basically, I was born and raised till I was 11 years old in Beirut, Lebanon. So, you know, as you know, it was a war country from 75 to 90. Definitely not necessarily an easy situation to grow up in. You know, you don't really know what tomorrow is going to be like. You know, we go to school and then all of a sudden, well, have to go back home and have to go in the lobbies and just protect yourself because war is starting again. So it could go on for 2 weeks, could go on for 3 weeks, for a month, for 2 months. Sometimes you can see that it's, you know, it's stretching up to a month and you don't see daylight. So it's kind of a difficult situation, especially when you're living it when you're, you know, between, I would say, like 5 and 10. You know, it's a time of your life where you absorb a lot what you see and your memory keeps it. It made me stronger, okay. and there's a lot of things that I'm trying not to, you know, think about again or just go back at that and just trying to think positive and try to give back some positive things and definitely try to use my experience to, first of all, grow my music and maybe also help other kids or other people that could have maybe lived the same thing.
Okay. And when you were younger, was music an inspiration for you? Was it a getaway? Was it an escape for you?
You don't have many records, you don't have access to music, but my family was a very big fan of French classic music. Okay. Charles Aznavour, Charles Trenet, Francis Cabrel, all those people. So I grew up with the French classic singers, and Charles Aznavour, for example, we were, you know, we knew all the albums by heart, and my mom used to sing along. So I think they were trying, by music, they were trying to make us, you know, me and my sister, try not to realize what was going on out there, you know.
As you're telling us, you grew up in Lebanon, and it was a war-torn country. At what age did you decide to leave Lebanon?
Basically, we left in 1991, so I was 11 years old.
Okay.
We left at the end of the war, so basically it's pretty typical of any fathers or family that lives in war places like that. They always have hope and faith that the war is going to end, so they basically stick in that country till, you know, till it ends, and they leave when it's over. So that's exactly what happened to us. I mean, we wanted to leave, my parents wanted to leave from like 88, 89, okay. But there was always like a question that everything was going to calm down and the war was going to get done with and we could have a normal life in our country. So we decided to leave in 91 at the end of the war. This is where we came to Canada.
Canada.
Yeah.
And how was it in terms of adapting to the Canadian culture?
Well, basically, I mean, adapting was not that hard. It was more, you know, curiosity of people, especially when you're 11 years or 12 years old. You know how, you know, kids are. They think you're bullshitting, or they think you're just, you know, they think you're just coming from a movie. You know, it's just like, and it was actually, it was for somebody that didn't live that. It was, you know, it's a rough. I mean, it's worse than a rough neighborhood, or it's worse than it's really like it's a matter of, I mean, of living or dying basically on a daily basis. So, you know, people were asking you where you're coming from, and you were talking about it. So that was all. It was always like a kind of issue every time. Like kids wanted to know, and were very curious about this. And being so free and seeing all those buildings and everything that you could do at the beginning is kind of difficult for you to understand that you don't need to watch your back no more. You don't need to be scared or make sure that you have that survivor mode that you're in it all the time when you're over there. And when you come here and you have that freedom and you just have a regular life, it takes a little bit of time for you to, you know, just get used to it.
The spirit of the soldier, riches of a land, but too little to grab on with so many hands, so they fight. And for a decade they fought again. I'm watching, I'm a kid, and goddamn, I can't understand. I see the heroes dying, I see the soldiers crying. I prayed for better days.
There's one song that it's not about being proud of, but it was I'm happy I was able to lock it down. You know, it's a song. It's called "Not Your Time to Go." Not Your Time to Go is a song that talks about where I grew up and my upbringing in Lebanon. I got a guitar riff. Okay. And when I heard that riff, I don't know why, it took me to that moment of my life where I was able to see pictures and hear some stuff that I wanted to put on a piece of paper. So that one took me a little while to be able to lock down, and because, you know, emotions come back, and it's not something that was very easy for me to live as a youngster and as a young adult after. You know, I had a lot of trouble because of that, like backlashes of that. So it's not something that I really want to bring back, but at the same time, I think it's definitely important that I talk about it, because I'm not the only one that lived that, and there's a lot of people out there that are still living it, and you know, and Mr. and Mrs. Everybody needs to know about that. You know, just not ignore the fact that this is not a joke.
Wake up, kid, it's not your time to go, just not